Do you like it? I haven't had a whole lot of
What are you doing? Web related?
Yeah, no worries. Listen, about 4 or 5 minutes left. Jennifer's going to get started. So if you have any last minute things you want to heckle, don't be afraid to. 4 or 5 minutes, we'll get started. In the meantime, Michael Jackson for you, okay? Oh, it is Michael Jackson.
Anybody want any beer in the fridge? You don't like beer? I think there's some other things in the fridge.
Oh yeah, that's like he's like, no, I can't get it. That's not cool. Yeah, I'm like, what do you got? Not enough. That's right. It's actually there's nothing worse than that. Really one of the no office. Yeah.
Jennifer wants to stop. For you to take over.
Very good. All right, everyone's here? So welcome everyone to this momentous press night as we celebrate our exploration of the future of arts, society, and tech. I'm Jennifer Hotai. McCain Nolan over there and I are co-founders of Grand Strand Web3 Guild, the organizers of Fast Fest. I'd like to take it over to, Ray's over there. I'd like to hand it over to Ray Antonino.
All right, hey everyone, Ray Antonino. I'm representing eMYRge today. Anybody, just show of hands real quick, not familiar with this space? Raise your hands. We got one, two folks, three folks, four. Okay, quick and skinny. So HTC and the city of Myrtle Beach put together a partnership along with us, a nonprofit, which is eMYRge, to help local entrepreneurs that are building scalable, venture-backable, innovative startups. What does that mean? Real quickly, if you think of building the next plumbing company, this is probably not the right place for you. But if you're the person digging the ditch that figures out how to connect pipe in a different way that can revolutionize the industry and scale, this is the place for you. That's what this place exists for. And through that, we're building community with other, I would say, connect the dots with various other parts of the ecosystem, W3 being one of them, and Jennifer and McCain leading the charge. I'd be remiss if I didn't share a special thank you to the city of Myrtle Beach and Howard Waldy IV. Thank you for being here today and representing the city. Also to HTC, who sponsored $250,000 for this project and took the naming rights to the building, which make perfect sense, and they created a beautiful name, eMYRge Aspire Hub. Pardon me, the HTC Aspire Hub. eMYRge is the body of people that are within that hub. And then lastly, just a quick, Joe, I saw you walk in at the last minute, so I want to make sure. Joe Clark is one of our, he's actually our board president for eMYRge. So everybody, quick round of applause for Joe Clark. He's been building high-growth, scalable, venture-backable companies his whole life. And then as for myself, Ray Antonino, I'm the CEO of Permits.com, and I'm the entrepreneur in resident here, helping to get entrepreneurs connected to mentorship networks while outside here, and to get their companies off the ground and scaling nationally. To that, I'll turn it back over. Thank you, and enjoy your time today. Enjoy all the beer you want, by the way.
So that's a good segue into what we do. One of our sponsors is called Metabrew, an NFT company that provides tokens for shares for a brewery company. Did I get that correct? Okay, yeah. Basically, but she gets tons of beer every month, and that's what really matters, right? So that's a little bit of the interest that we want to encourage the growth and knowledge about in this area. We do a lot of education about what Web3, including what blockchain is, what AI is, what the metaverse is about. So we are the only company or organization in this area that provides emerging tech and education, working with higher institutions like CCU and HTC. So that's a little background about us, but that's why we decided an event would be the best way to teach the locals about this particular emerging technology. We encourage all local tech enthusiasts, entrepreneurs, creatives, and the curious-minded to embark on a captivating journey that examines the intersection of creativity, humanity, and technological innovation. FastFest will feature hands-on tech workshops and enlightening seminars on artificial intelligence and other emerging technologies. And for those who enjoy fun activities, there will be a fashion show concert, an esports tournament, and virtual reality gaming. So you can play, for example, tag and virtual reality against each other. That'll be fun for all ages. Our guild has made education our biggest purpose for this year's event, which is why it is free to attend. So mark your calendars for September 2nd from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. at HTC Conference Center, Myrtle Beach, located in the Market Common District. The fusion of art, society, and tech ignites a profound transformation in the way we live, communicate, and interact with one another. It sparks conversations on the ethics and implications of emerging technologies such as AI, blockchain, and immersive tech. It prompts us to question the boundaries of human experience and the balance between our physical and digital realities. Together, we will explore these complex questions and shed light on the opportunities and challenges that lie ahead. Before we start the panel discussion, I'd like to go over some key terms that will be mentioned and what they mean. So AI, artificial intelligence, refers to computer systems or machines that are designed to perform tasks that are typically require human intelligence. It involves the development of algorithms and models that enable machines to learn, reason, and make decisions based on data. ChatGPT has become a household name by now, but in case you're not aware of what it is, this is the most popular AI tool that can automatically generate any kind of text, such as write a book for you. Another popular tool is eMYRge, which I use to instantly create the artwork for the posters, banners, and the selfie wall back over there. The metaverse, right there, or immersive technology refers to a virtual environment that blends the physical and digital worlds. It enables users to interact with computer-generated spaces and objects through augmented reality, AR, virtual reality, VR, or mixed reality, MR technologies. Blockchain is a decentralized and distributed ledger technology that's actually included in the metaverse category that is fighting for that. It ensures transparency, security, and immutability of data by using cryptographic algorithms. It is commonly associated with cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, but it has various applications beyond digital currencies, such as supply chain management and identity verification. And for more exciting things, you can actually use that for real estate purchases or medical records. That is its true potential, is to be able to change and disrupt all industries. Smart cities are urban areas that leverage technology and data to improve the quality of life for residents. They integrate IoT, Internet of Things, devices, sensors, and data analytics to enhance infrastructure, transportation, energy management, public services, and citizen engagement. Smart cities aim to achieve sustainability, efficiency, and livability through the use of innovative technologies and data-driven solutions. I hope I got that right, Howard. So, Tonight we have gathered esteemed thought leaders who will grace our panel discussions, sharing their insights and perspectives on the future of arts, society, and tech. So let's welcome our special guests here, Anna Strickland of Santee Cooper, Howard Welby IV of City of Myrtle Beach, and joining us virtually from the metaverse is Nelly Tacheva of Tangra and Simply Flows. Let me show you over here. There we go. Let's see. So let's do a quick intro of ourselves and what we all do, starting with Nelly.
Hi, I'm Nelly Tacheva, and I'm super excited to be joining you today. Thanks for having me. My background is in technology, operation, leadership, I have an MBA in business studies and a master's in math, CS, and education. Just confirming, can you hear me well?
Yep, we can hear you.
Perfect. Currently, my team and I are building the Metaverse platform you just seen in Tangra, which offers various spaces for classes, workshops, team collaboration, events, and even art exhibits. We are determined to make learning, collaborating, and interacting virtually an engaging, efficient, and enjoyable experience, and that basically means to replace those class squares on the screen and the current video host with real-life like interactions and engagement in virtual video worlds.
All right, awesome.
That's me.
Thank you for joining us, Nelly. And I don't think anyone here has ever seen a metaverse live stream hybrid event where it's part virtual and in real life. But this is what it looks like here in real time. All right. So and it is absolutely amazing, and the use cases of it are just astounding, from education to training for business, etc. Well, thanks, Nelly. Next up, we have Anna. Please introduce yourself. Yeah.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anna Strickland. I work for Santee Cooper. So Santee Cooper is the state electric and water utility, and they directly serve the Myrtle Beach and Horry County area. So some of you may have Santee Cooper electric bills. So what I do for them is I do local government economic development relations, and in a nutshell, what that is I'm that liaison between Santee Cooper, the municipalities, the county, and then the businesses and economic development alliances within Horry County. So if they need us to help with a project, if they are looking for information, if we can help with economic development, anything like that to help bring that together, that's what I'm involved with. So a lot of you may see me in a lot of different settings, in a lot of different areas. So I do a lot of community relations, educational programs, and then of course the local government relations and economic development.
Good to have you.
Thank you. And next up is Howard Welby IV.
Well, hello everyone. I'm gonna try to tame my voice. Usually I speak very loud without a microphone, so I'm gonna keep it a little quieter. I am the City of Myrtle Beach's first Chief Innovation Officer. Probably wondering what the heck is a Chief Innovation Officer. Tell you the truth, I'm still trying to figure that out myself. No. But really what I'm here to do for the city is look towards the future and find a way for us to improve the lives of our residents, improve the experiences of our visitors, and ensure that our businesses can be strong in supporting our local economy and the jobs that so many of us here in Myrtle Beach, but also the surrounding region, are employed for. So what does that mean? We're looking at technology like smart cities. Jen, you did an amazing job talking about what smart cities is. I think I can just leave that where it is. But it also includes, looking at things that we can improve in terms of our processes. Something as simple as moving a stapler from down the hall to your desk, or something large like, color coding waste that comes in so we can save our residents thousands of dollars in tax money. And then the third area that I look at is what kind of organizational change can we make to the city of Myrtle Beach as an organization that will set us up for success in the future. So that's me, that's the CIO role, and happy to be here.
Awesome. All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty panel discussion questions here. So to ask Anna, actually, you don't have to be at this point. You're good at that. So Anna and Howard, these two questions go for you. What are the biggest challenges and opportunities facing rapidly growing cities like Myrtle Beach in terms of sustainable growth and development?
Well, I think with challenges, what we're seeing is, of course, with any kind of rapid development or growth is infrastructure and keeping up. Of course, we all know infrastructure takes time to build. You want it to be intentional, you want it to be purposeful, and not just throw it up, and of course, it costs a lot of money. So as we move forward, looking at ways that we can be innovative and bringing back that word intentional on how we do transportation infrastructure, how we do our energy and other utility infrastructure, and just kind of what does Myrtle Beach need to look like as it grows and as it transforms into what we'll see in the coming years. And a lot of people don't know, one of the opportunities that we have here is this whole region is extremely economic diverse. A lot of people like to associate Myrtle Beach with just hospitality and tourism, but Horry County has over 200 industries, and a lot of those are very unique industries that offer those professional opportunities and career opportunities where people can come to this area, enjoy the beach lifestyle, but still have a good job where they can support their families and their families can live here, and enjoy all the amenities year around. So I think that's a great opportunity for this area and something unique that we offer to people.
Certainly echo everything Anna just said. Some of the challenges that municipalities, whether they're smaller or they're large, is keeping up with the rapid evolution of this kind of technology and this infrastructure. It's hard to make sure that you're looking at the right research, that research has been verified, and it's coming from people who know this industry and know what they're talking about. But there's other things that we have to look at as well. Do we have the housing available for the workforce that's needed for these kinds of industries? Do we have the infrastructure that's needed, right? Whether it's energy related, fiber related, etc. What I will say is my first year kind of here in Myrtle Beach kind of did an assessment to see where we were at. Do we have the right tools? Do we have the right components of the recipe, if you will? And what I'm very happy to report is because of the work of our partners in the community, whether it's HTC, Santee Cooper, our local businesses, etc., we have all of the pieces for the recipe right here to make the Myrtle Beach region the next large tech hub for the United States. And that just, I can't stress that enough and be so thankful for all of the work that has already happened to lay that foundation. And it makes it easy for folks like me to come in and build that house on top of the foundation.
Awesome. Thank you. Anna, how can Myrtle Beach position itself as a hub for innovation and entrepreneurship in the tech sector?
Well, I think we got a great jump start with being able to land those sea cable, subsea cables. I don't know if you saw the announcements. We will not only have one, but two subsea cables. So that is a huge deal, and that in itself kind of puts us in that running to become the next tech hub. And I guess the next question is, how are we going to react to that opportunity? And I think we've already been doing that here. For instance, HTC, sponsoring this Inspire Hub and giving a place for entrepreneurs and for people that are looking for a workspace just to test their ideas and come up with these innovative businesses And something that we can utilize in our community is we're already making those steps, so how can we expand on those steps? And that's something Howard and I have actually been working with together with our teams, along with HTC and other companies, on what can we do to welcome innovative technology and welcome those entrepreneurs who are going to bring in that industry and just build on our economic diversity and just allow us to grow.
Howard, in what ways can smart city initiatives enhance the quality of life for residents, such as through improved transportation, energy management, or public safety?
It's a really, really good question, Jen. And as I sit here, I specifically wore my outer space socks today. You know, I'm not that flexible. No, I like to reference that though, because truly the possibilities are endless, right? You can gain benefits through things like autonomous shuttles that take you from point A to point B. Maybe those shuttles can be smaller. Maybe they can be more responsive. Maybe they can go into our neighborhoods and be able to create more access for those in across our community. But then there's also the other gains you have from energy purposes, right? You can create storage solutions using clean energy that then sets a community up for resiliency and faster recovery from emergencies or natural disasters like a hurricane or something like that. One example I like to talk about all the time is in Columbus, Ohio. They installed this thing called a solar-powered microgrid station. And what that microgrid station does is when there's a major storm or event in Columbus, Ohio, and it knocks out the power and their main water treatment system is about to kind of just go past its tipping point, this smart system that has been collecting energy all this time and storing it automatically kicks in and provides up to 2 weeks of clean drinking water for that community in Columbus, Ohio, right? But then there's other opportunities, whether it's, you know, how you purchase things, how you get your permit from the city. The possibilities are endless. Drone delivery is another thing that's starting to happen in some communities. Peachtree Corners we saw where they've got that set up, but even hyper logistics, where you're sending goods through a underground system and being able to make changes based off of other sensors. So again, infinite possibilities.
Wow, I did not know of all of that happening, and that's mind-blowing. Thank you so much. Wow. Nellie, how do you envision the integration of AI transforming various industries and sectors in the near future, such as the art production process for virtual environments in the metaverse?
Right now, generating 3D content is still a slow and mostly manual process. Generative AI has the potential to transform 3D content creation by making it faster, easier, and more realistic. Generative AI can help 3D content creators to design and build and then iterate more quickly at a higher quality for a lower cost, which will be awesome. And for example, creating 3D assets with all the necessary topology, geometry, textures, from just a simple 2D image. This is one example of generative AI for 3D worlds. Another, as we know, there are tools currently who can create 3D worlds, complete worlds, or assets from just text. Like you describe what you want them to create for you via text or even via speech, and then those 3D worlds are created. Or creating avatars from a selfie. These are all examples of generative AI and how those are implemented into these 3D worlds we create. The more developed and the more powerful these tools become, be easier, faster, and cheaper. Obviously, it would be to use them. My favorite example, imagine a middle school science class, and the teacher announces, class will be learning about dinosaurs today. Let's go on a field trip to the Mesozoic era. And the class goes into a realistic 3D world with all the flora and fauna from hundreds of millions years ago. They literally walk alongside dinosaurs and study them in their natural habitat. And the best part about this is that the teacher actually would have the tools to easily create and customize such a learning experience by themselves. Wouldn't that be cool?
Awesome. Well, thank you, Nellie, for explaining one of the strongest use cases for the metaverse or immersive tech, which is education. Kids right now are able to fully immerse themselves and be able to engage and learn content a lot quicker. The same was, for example, medical students are able to use metaverse technology to do, practice surgery right now. So that's the, the broad range of this kind of tech. And what you're doing is definitely improving the way of life as far as, learning and being able to do business. So thanks for that. Moving on to Anna. Here you go. What industries and sectors do you see as having the most growth potential in the Myrtle Beach area? And what kind of technological advancements do you see driving the growth?
Something we're really seeing come back is manufacturing, so that's exciting. And there's a lot of areas in manufacturing where you can utilize technological advances. Also, technology in itself as an industry, your information technology service providers are growing rapidly here. Your construction is a big industry here, and of course, we're seeing the growth in health sciences and life sciences. And I feel like a lot of the technology advancements that are coming along or already here, you can apply to any of those sectors. The big one, just like Howard mentioned with the microgrid, is that alternative or renewable energy. Being able to make the grid more resilient, bring in renewable energy where that fuel is cheap or that fuel is free, and being able to store it for when it's needed, such as if you live in a hurricane alley like we do. And you want to keep those businesses up, because if a hurricane comes in, knocks the power out, destroys a business, what are technologies that can allow us to get back the fastest so people can start making a living and putting their lives back together? The subsea cables, mentioned that already, that's going to be a big deal for this area. And that's something that's really exciting, and I'm excited to see where it takes us. With manufacturing and with health sciences, you're going to see an increase in that process animation and virtualization, and taking it from, a doctor in there working on you to a doctor is virtually coming in and a robot is working on you. And so that allows doctors to reach more patients without having to travel, and that technology just blows my mind at the potential. And of course, being able to allow students to practice on something that seems real and it's tactile and without actually having to practice on a living being is really amazing. Connectivity, 5G, and everything that comes along with that, it's just going to increase, and we're going to see an increase in connectivity and what that's going to look like and how that's going to change different technologies and the way we interact. Applied artificial intelligence, allowing artificial intelligence to kind of help us along, whether it be language processing, using them as educational tools, using it to do administrative work. I think AI is limitless. And then of course with software we use probably in every single business. And so as that increases
encourage the development of a strong tech ecosystem to attract and retain tech talent, and which companies will help pave the way?
Love this question. I'm very excited to answer this one. So one of the biggest ways that Myrtle Beach is going to be able to attract those kind of businesses and foster this tech ecosystem is through the creation of something that we call a living lab. Now you might be wondering, what the heck is a living lab? Well, in short, it's an opportunity where we create physical space, several private labs, right? For startups, existing businesses, a resident who's just got an idea for something really cool that can be scalable, right? And they come in and they use that lab to build their product. Once they're done building and prototyping that product, they then use the city of Myrtle Beach as a testing bed to go ahead and see, does that product work in real life, right? And we're not talking about testing that is in a phase where it's separate from everything else. We're talking about testing that is live within parameters to make sure that we're accounting for risk and we're not putting anybody in danger, right? But you get to actually test your product in a live setting, real, dealing with all kinds of different factors and things that might come into play. To give you an example on why this is such a cool idea and something that we believe will work for our community is, I mentioned Peachtree Corners, Georgia earlier. We ended up doing a site visit there, and we got to see what their living lab looks like. They call it the Curiosity Lab, and we were certainly curious. What we discovered is just with what they've built in the last 4 years, over 20 companies firmly established brand new cutting edge technology, and they are now selling that technology on market. The smart cities market as of 2022 was estimated to be globally over 13,000 billion US dollars, right? That's a market that we get to bring here into Myrtle Beach by introducing this thing called a living lab. And oh, by the way, that global market share by 2030 is expected to go to over 7,000 billion US dollars. So in Peachtree Corners, they got to tap into that market and they have 20 companies that have graduated. In addition to the 20 companies that have graduated, they currently have 50 to 60 startups working out of that space, developing cutting edge, next generation smart city technology. We want to be able to create that opportunity right here in Myrtle Beach, and I think we are well on our way to get that accomplished. And then the other ways we do it is by working with our community that's already here, right? Working with eMYRge, working with HTC and Santee Cooper and the Web3 Guild and so many others who are wanting to see this community and this region grow into that tech potential that it has. This doesn't happen in a vacuum. It doesn't happen by government working by itself. We have to develop those strong public-private partnerships, and I think we have that at the forefront of our mind, in addition to creating this living lab that, the big difference between us and Peachtree Corners, we have the opportunity to tap into higher education institutions like CCU and HTC. So again, those possibilities become endless, and the only way it's going to be feasible is by all of us partnering together, not only to create a living lab, but to foster that kind of innovation and entrepreneurial network that we're starting to see already because of what's in place.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Ellen. All right, for Nellie, considering the advancements in AI and immersive tech, what do you envision the future of education and workplaces to look like?
In the future, thanks to AI and immersive technologies, education will be an immersive, interactive, and hands-on experience. Students will explore easily and much more naturally than now because they will learn by immersing themselves into the subject they're learning about. Just remember the example of learning about dinosaurs that I just talked about a few minutes ago. Additionally, education will be personalized and customized to the needs and the abilities of the students. Similar to how our online shopping experience is adjusted based on our buying habits, students virtual classrooms or virtual worlds. And the result will be much more engaged students and a higher quality of learning. Because remember, we learn best when we say and do. If you recall the common learning, we can remember only 10% of what we read after 2 weeks, but we remember 90% of what we say and do. So immersive technologies, something like a metaverse experience for students to learn and explore and do and interact between each other or between themselves and the teacher, that will give them something real high quality, and I am absolutely sure they'll have a blast. At the same time, research shows that learning or training in a virtual world means that participants are 6 times more concentrated, they feel 4 times more connected. Various studies show learning retention and recall rates to be several up to 15 times higher. And according to a study by PwC, people and employees feel 275% more confident to apply the skills learned after having gone through a virtual reality training. And I'm sure by now we've heard about the eMYRge training their crew staffs in the metaverse, about the medicine students learning about anatomy and how we function via these virtual 3D models. So there is so much that will be happening in the next few years, and I cannot wait to see it all coming into life.
That's awesome. And to add on to what you were saying about students being able to retain more information by using the metaverse, I spoke with the founder of Hollow Anatomy, and she said that students, the medical students who practice using their software or their AR solution to practice medicine and learn about human anatomy, retain 65% more of the knowledge than compared to the old-fashioned ways of using textbooks. So that is a huge impact as far as the education. So yeah, that is definitely a good point. All right, moving on to Anna here. What kind of investments in infrastructure are needed to facilitate economic growth and support tech developments?
Well, it's just my personal opinion that infrastructure is the foundation of any kind of growth or advancement of any industry. If the infrastructure is not there, the growth isn't going to be there. And I think Horry County and Myrtle Beach have started that growth by investing in areas like the International Technology and Aerospace Park near Market Commons, allowing a space where we can attract businesses like DC Blocks, who not only do we get them to come in, but how are we going to retain those employees? They're going to invest in this area, they're going to expand in this area, and they're going to attract other technology businesses to this area. So I think that in itself is a huge step forward. Also, I might be biased, but I think we have some wonderful utilities in Horry County that provide reliable and affordable services. And that's a huge part of being able to bring these businesses in and welcome them in and being able to provide what they need in order to establish their business and then of course expand. That's the goal. So when you make those investments in the infrastructure, that can be transport infrastructure, that's telecommunications, that's energy. All it does is it provides that foundation to allow that growth, to allow that success, to provide the means for any kind of services and goods to come into an area. And I think that's the key to really bringing in that growth, is not only do you have a wonderful place to come and live, but is the infrastructure there, and am I gonna have public and private partners that are gonna support me along the way?
Awesome, right? So just a few more questions here. Howard, how can the integration of emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, IoT, and blockchain contribute to the advancement of smart city ecosystems?
Well, first off, let me say I'm thankful for you for giving everybody the definition of those things, so I don't have to. So I think something that's really important to note, especially as it relates to IoT or Internet of Things devices and AI, is that they have to work hand in hand for any of this technology to advance, right? So one of the things we're talking about here in the city of Myrtle Beach is launching a 311 office. What is a 311 office? Well, in short, what we do is we create an opportunity for you to dial 311 and immediately be connected to somebody who can assist you with any of the services or information you're looking for, right? But then there's a second component to that that's a little more modern, and that is what's called a CRM, or a constituent relationship management system. So with the system, what you get to do is you get to use your IoT devices, whether it's your cell phone, a tablet, heck, it can even be a smartwatch, right? And you can use those devices to let the city know about something. Hey, there's a pothole at the location I'm standing at right now. You can even upload a picture into that system, and we immediately get it. And at the same time, while we're working through those things, you automatically get updates on our progress. When are we expected to send an inspector out to that particular location? Or when is a crew going to be able to make it to fix the pothole or other things that you've identified? So what you see is those two components. Sorry, I left out the AI component. The AI component comes in with that CRM because what it can do is something called a chatbot. We're kind of all familiar with chatbots at this stage. There's little pop-ups whenever you're on a website that's saying, how can I help you? Or do you have any questions? Well, you can go ahead and ask that chatbot some questions on how do I report this issue? Or how do I find out about what cool events are happening at the HTC Aspire Hub in downtown Myrtle Beach? And the AI, that is the chatbot, can automatically provide you that information. So imagine connecting those two things together, the AI, your Internet of Things devices that's utilizing other sensors to allow you to provide information but also receive information. It becomes a win-win for any community that's trying to move forward in smart cities. I think another example I'll throw out there is a technology called LiDAR technology. And what LiDAR technology essentially allows us to do is kind of see how things are moving in a designated area. So you're wanting to be able to find out, where can I park in Myrtle Beach during the CCMF event, right? Or where can I park in Myrtle Beach during Memorial Day? Well, using your IoT device, your cell phone, or your tablet, your smartwatch, you can then access an app that is receiving information from artificial intelligence from this LiDAR sensors that we've got placed around the city that says there is available parking at this location. And oh, by the way, if you want to know the exact parking space, here's the exact parking space. And we will show you how to navigate to that parking space without you having to do anything. So that's how those things kind of work together in one system to deliver an enhanced service or an enhanced product for residents, visitors, and businesses.
Beautiful. Thank you. Natalie, how does AI and immersive tech contribute to the creation of diverse and inclusive virtual communities?
Imagine a world where we can choose how to represent ourselves, where our appearances like skin color, hairstyle, height, clothes, or age, or language, command, or mobility levels wouldn't matter. By utilizing emerging technologies like real-time machine translation, virtual reality, avatars, we can eliminate biases and improve diversity, equity, and inclusion. Thanks to AI and NLP, natural language processing for your list, Jen. I'm not sure if you had that. We can have real-time translation, which means we can each speak our own language without breaking up the conversation or waiting for a third person to translate. Similar to that app on the phone that translates the restaurant menu for you, but in this case, the voice is turned into text, the text is translated, and then the translated text is turned back into voice. And it all happens real time. There is technology that obscures your voice, so things like accents or geographies won't come through. And additionally, people with communication disorders can utilize voice inspiration and equally participate in the conversation. What I love about this topic and this huge opportunity is that in the metaverse, the focus shifts to our knowledge and experience, critical thinking, problem-solving skills, rather than on external features, quotes, or whatnot. And when you think about the workplace, when you eliminate interviewer bias, for example, that will ensure a diverse workforce. When you remove the unconscious bias from the workplace, that will ensure inclusion and belonging. And we can utilize technology to help with that. And there is so much more that there will be developed to help us out. I strongly believe that the future is much more globally inclusive and diverse. And from what I have been seeing, currently many more countries and companies and technologies and startups are participating in these new emerging technologies than ever before. So this is awesome.
Awesome. Great. Thank you so much for that insight. Anna, what steps can Myrtle Beach take to promote diversity and inclusion in its economic development efforts?
Well, I think Myrtle Beach, like many other areas, is already taking those steps with diversity and inclusion, not only internally, but externally as well. I know they have hired a D&I director, and that is always a great step, having someone who is well-versed and professionally can lead the way and know what a community needs. And diversity and inclusion only makes a workplace better. It only brings more ideas, more innovation, more connection, different perspectives, different education backgrounds, world backgrounds. It can do nothing but just make an economy stronger. And that's really, the strength that we have by embracing D&I is, in the long run, not only is it going to make a better place to live where people feel comfortable to be their true self, but it's going to grow our businesses, it's going to grow our economy, it's going to connect our community. And a lot of different areas, such as the Chamber, the Myrtle Beach Area Chamber is doing great programs that really focuses on those minority-owned businesses and give people not only a seat at the table, but a voice at the table where there's important discussions and decisions being made. And that's really, what we need is people to open up those spaces to allow that diversity, to allow that inclusion, to allow that equity, and just the growth we're going to see from that is just going to be exponential.
Thank you. Last question for Howard. How can smart city technologies promote inclusivity during the digital divide, ensuring that the benefits of these innovations reach all the residents of the city?
The smart city technology itself, it can assist with that. But what's more important is the infrastructure that's needed for that smart city technology, right? One of the biggest pieces of infrastructure that's needed, aside from power, is the actual connection, the broadband, the fiber, right? So if a city is serious about going down the adventure that is smart cities technology, they have to have that fiber, and that fiber has to be accessible. In today's world, if you don't have a computer, or if you don't have internet, or you don't have a device that can connect to those things, you are shut off from a lot of the world, right? And there's a lot of information that you don't have at your fingertips that everybody else does have. So one of the things that we focus on trying to advance smart cities is making sure we have that infrastructure and that broadband and that fiber. And one of the things that's really, really awesome about this Myrtle Beach region and this area is we have an immense amount of that fiber and broadband available that other places across the country would wish they had, right? We had done an assessment with the Center on Rural Innovation, which we were fortunate enough to receive a grant from the state's Department of Commerce to help support that particular study. And what we found out from that study is Myrtle Beach's broadband and fiber connectivity tops in the next 5, 10 across the entire nation. So that's great, but now we have to take that extra step, and how do we ensure that people can access the infrastructure that is there for them, right? And that's looking at opportunities like the Affordable Connectivity Program offered by the federal government that offers a discount on your monthly charge depending on what you qualify for. But also, how do we repurpose computers or other hardware, other technology that maybe we're getting ready to retire? Can we go ahead and put that into our community where it's needed? Can we create additional opportunities where those opportunities currently are lacking or where they don't exist? The third component that I'll throw out there that we're focusing on with smart cities is the access to education, right? It's not just about making sure you have access to the network so you can become connected with the rest of the world. It's also making sure that you have educational opportunities here at home, right? And if you're somebody who's interested in the STEM field, we want to be able to tell you, you don't have to go out of state. You don't have to go to MIT or Stanford or any other school outside of the state of South Carolina. You can stay right here. You can stay home. And part of what we need to do to create that access and that information is build that partnership for smart cities with our higher education institutions. Let's have our kids who are in second grade right now in our Booker T. Washington neighborhood know that they can go ahead and get enrolled in a technology program or a STEM-related field in Myrtle Beach's Living Lab. That is being sponsored by CCU, maybe Clemson, maybe Benedict or South Carolina State. That's where the equity comes in. It's about creating the connection, which it's there. We just need to make that final mile, right? The second component is making sure that connection can be sustained for future generations. And third, that people are aware of those opportunities. And it's on us as we bring these things online to go out into the communities and tell them this is what's available and bring them to the table to help us develop what the future of their community is going to look like. All of that gets accomplished with a smart city strategy if we're doing it right.
Perfect. All right, and last question. In just a couple of sentences, what emerging tech are you most excited about, and do you envision yourself or your organization using it to differentiate themselves in your community? Oh, Nellie, you want to go up first?
Sure. I'm most excited about the metaverse, of course. That's why I founded Tangra. I'm excited about where we will take the technology, but more importantly, I look forward to the impact these immersive technologies will make on the way to learn, collaborate, interact during virtual events, trainings, and so much more. Of course, to fully realize the potential of the metaverse, we will need hyper-realistic avatars, which means avatars not only looking nice and resembling their owner, but also having facial expressions and gestures of their owner. You cannot see me gesturing right now. I would love to.
You want to stand up and show your avatar doing a few like dances or.
I sure will. I absolutely will. We've integrated, we built some, things like clapping, raising a hand, things like that, and the dances which Jen is talking about. But it will be much, much more involved and obviously resembling what I'm doing right now. So yeah, I'm excited about that. Of course, cannot wait to try the Apple augmented reality headset they just announced yesterday. So I guess in short, I am excited about all these emerging technologies coming together and making our life better.
Ooh, all right. Agreed on that. All right, next up for you. What do you think, what are you most excited about?
I'm excited, I think speaking from a electrical utility viewpoint is kind of the future of energy technology and what that looks like, and with the goal in mind to keep it reliable, keep it affordable, and be environmentally conscious as well. I think technologies will not only allow us to reach that and provide those better services, but allow people to have leaner, greener, and just more personalized to the consumer, because everybody wants something different for their energy mix. And so you want to provide those opportunities, whether it be for residential areas or for business, allow them that flexibility as well, and technology is going to allow us to do that. Also, just seeing the advances in being able to make our grid more resilient with the battery storage, with the microgrids, with being able to not only produce power to meet the need every single second, but also have that stored power, so when an event happens like a hurricane or a major ice storm or anything like that, then we have that backup and we have that availability, because we're at a time now where electricity is not a luxury, but it's a necessity. Not only for healthcare wise, but it's something that people are accustomed to. So it really becomes, really a staple in our community, and technology is only going to allow us to serve that better and allow people to, not have that as a point of worry when it comes to either paying their bill or when it comes to a storm situation. So I'm excited to see how that industry grows.
Cool. What are you excited about?
So I think what I'm excited about the most is the future and what is going to be created from the people who live, work, and play in this community, in this region. I firmly, there's all kinds of technology out there from the smart city side that I could say, oh yeah, I'm excited that we get to test that out or give that a try, but that's not the real excitement. The real excitement is what people are going to create right here at home, and how that's going to play a role in not just our local market, our state market, or our national market, but the global market. That's what I'm excited about the most. The kid or the adult at any age who might be out in our community right now, they have the next product that's going to blow Google out of the water, right? I think when we create these opportunities and we build upon this smart city idea, we enable that to happen. So the little tagline I like to say that makes me the most excited about being here in Myrtle Beach is that Myrtle Beach, the county at large, this isn't just a community for a lifetime. This is a community for today and the future generations to come. And that's exactly what events like this, exactly what our community partners in the private sector and the public sector are working together to ensure remains a reality. And it's only going to be possible with the people we have here at home. And that's what I'm excited about the most, is seeing that realized potential be the future for this entire region.
Let's give a round of applause for our guests. Thank you so much. All right. Listen, everyone. Before you guys can mingle here, but I just wanted to do a quick Oh,
Thank you.
thank you. All right. have a little bit of a preview here, and I'm just showing you. Hold on a sec. Share screen. Yes. Hello. All right. So that's a little bit of a preview of what we are going to have at Fast Fest. September 2nd, remember, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. at HTC Conference Center in the Market Common. If you support our vision, we'd love to promote you as a sponsor. We have a code that they can easily scan at each of those flyers that you see lying around or on this screen right here. So please go ahead and mingle, hang out, network with each other. Definitely am very grateful for all of you to be supporting us, supporting eMYRge, HTC, Santee Cooper, of course, right here, and of course the city of Myrtle Beach, and being able to help grow the tech community and share our passion for being able to see a brighter future for us and something that is more technologically advanced as well. Thank you so much, everyone.
Hey guys, give me a round of applause. So in Startupville, one of my mentors that helped me was have the courage to be incomplete. This is the beginning of something that's going to be very special. We've got a lot of key people in the room that have been part of building this ecosystem early. Joe, all the way back, 2013, I think. Joe here, right? You have a lot of people that want to see this be successful. You guys are playing the very early pieces of it. I love what you're doing. I don't necessarily understand half of it. I understand what you're working on. We're going to chat. But at the end of the day, I mean, wow, just incredible. Thank you again for everything, and anything HTC Aspire Hub eMYRge can do, we'll be happy to do it for you. Thanks again.
Thank you so much. Release. Your duty.